Marvel Legends. Renew your vows. 2-pack. These are all the accessories included with the 2. First, let's go over the Spinnerette figure. Starting off appearance-wise, this figure looks great. All the detail is where it should be, and looking very accurate to the comic. But the Mary Jane head looks somewhat off. The head sits on the figure weird, with the face looking a lot like a doll, and not realistic like the Peter Parker head. However, her other head with the mask looks fine, looking more expressive too. The articulation on the figure is good. Better than previous female figures, but it could be better. Her head has a good range of movement going all the way up and down, though the joint for me is very tight. Her arms go all the way up with bicep swivel and double-jointed pinless elbows. All her hands have the standard hinge. Her torso uses a ball peg and turns a whole 360, but there is no form of ab crunch, which really hinders the posability with the figure. She has the standard thigh cut and double-jointed knees. Her legs go all the way forward and back. Her feet go a full 360 and up and down. My biggest problem with the figure is the torso. You can see with the Spider-Man he has an ab crunch, which increases the amount he can move forward. For a female Spider-Man figure, you can't get her into that many poses. All the standard Spider-Man hands are included with her in a smaller size, with the thwipping, the punching, and the wall crawl hands. Going back to the sculpt, she uses the Shriek body, which has become the new standard body for female figures, but she really should have had a new body with better articulation and could be used as a Spider-Woman body. But I guess we could only get one new body in the 2-pack. I like this figure, but it wasn't a needed character. The Spider-Man could have been fine as a single release. The articulation disappoints me, but overall I'll give the figure a 6 out of 10. And now it's time for the Spider-Man. This Spider-Man has to be the closest Marvel Legends to an import. The articulation on him is insane. Sadly though, he doesn't look as good as the first appearance figure, but the articulation makes up for it. He comes with a Peter Parker head, which looks very good. The photoreal tech makes the head look a lot better than the retro-carded version. The articulation on this Spider-Man is great. It could rival an import. His head is on a dumbbell joint, so he can't look that far up or down. His head turns a full 360. The arms go all the way up with bicep swivel and pinless double-jointed elbows. All the hands have the same up and down hinge. He also has butterfly joints. He has a ball peg on the torso with an crunch. He bends pretty far both ways. He has drop-down hips with a thigh cut, double-jointed knees, and a boot cut. His legs go all the way forward and back. He has a full 360 ankle pivot, with finally toe articulation. For interchangeable hands, he has fisted hands, wall crawl hands, and web shooting hands. The figure has a good sculpt. It's essentially the old retro-carded body with pinless joints and toe articulation. The main problems I have with the body is that he's too tall and muscular, and he's too glossy. The other new Spider-Man body is superior. The only thing this one has that makes it stand out is the toe articulation. The articulation is amazing and can possibly rival the MAF X75s. If you want a Spider-Man that you can get into good poses while keeping a Cheaper price of around $28, this would be the one for you. Spider-Man is supposed to be a slimmer and shorter character, so this body doesn't perfectly suit him, but will be great for other characters like Daredevil. This two-pack is very solid. Though I think the Spinnerette figure wasn't all that needed, they still both look good together, and great with some of Spider-Man villains. Both the characters pose well together and look great on a shelf side by side, so I'd say this is the best red and blue Spider-Man figure out right now, and is worth the price of the two-pack. And with that, I hope you enjoyed watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.